Die Story. Dun dun dun.
So it was really, sitting down with Michael Crichton, and Michael wrote, the story in his book, and then David Koepp came in to do
Turned
a
up.
screenplay.
Turned up.
It's a good
Magic.
When Michael told me that he was going to write a book, and he was thinking about calling it The Lost World, I immediately was thrilled because I'm a big fan of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's book, The Lost World. And even though these two subjects bear no resemblance to each other, the idea of being inside a prehistoric world that exists somewhere in this world today, and not behind electrified fences, not a theme park or a ride, but actually a jungle of dinosaurs in the wild, living without the intervention of man, that really compelled me. And I thought, wow, what a great story. Right, so you say shoot him, and he says, look, just protecting their baby, and you're saying, so am I. Absolutely.
I think Stephen was the first person I met in the movie business. It was in 1970, and Universal had bought the Andromeda Strain, but they hadn't begun production. And one day I just drove up to Universal and met the production person who was supervising the project, and she said, would you like to see the studio? I'd never seen a movie studio. I had no real idea. And I said, yes. And she said, well, we have this really talented young man that we think is very wonderful named Steven Spielberg. And they had him come, and he took me around the studio and showed me what it was. And he was about to do a Night Gallery episode with Joan Crawford.
Thank God for Side B.
Side B. All the characters in The Lost World are based loosely on real people. Hammond, I suppose, has that quality that the people who are trying to attract venture capital have in the novel anyway, which is a certain unscrupulousness.
By now we have a complete ecological system on the island, with dozens of species living in their own social groups without fences.
I really wanted to do the dark side of Walt Disney.
I'm not making the same mistakes again.
No, you're making all new ones.
The Lost World, he is the same man, but he's somewhat chastened. He's somewhat tempered by what has happened before. But the old temptations and the old adrenaline comes up again, and he takes risks again. Public opinion is the one thing that I can use to preserve it, but in order to rally that kind of support, I need a complete photo record of those animals alive and in their natural habitat.
He says he's going to send some people on land, a few people, which I say it's a horrible idea to sort of document them. I say people can't mix with dinosaurs. It's going to be bad for the people. So he says, well, it's too late because your girlfriend, Julianne Moore, Sarah Harding, the paleontologist, is already there. She didn't tell me. She knew I would have stopped her. Anyway, she went down there, and she's there by herself. And that's why I go down there to get her out of there.
This is magnificent.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
I think the Ian Malcolm character in this film is much more of a sort of constructive force in moving the adventure forward, as opposed to in the first film, Ian Malcolm was along for the ride, and he was kind of the critic. He's stood around and badmouthed everybody and told everybody where they were wrong, and he was right in declaring everyone else wrong. But he was kind of along for the ride. In this sense, he's leading the journey in The Lost World.
Sarah, when Hammond called you, why didn't you say something to me?
Because I knew you would have stopped me from coming.
Dr. Harding is a paleontologist who's been sent down to the island to study the animal's behavior. So she's part of a team of 4, and she's just there to study the nurturing habits.
Steven said, I think this movie's about hunters versus gatherers.
And that simple statement gives you, makes a writer's mind really whir, because you can think of lots of characters on each side and how they would very naturally come into conflict.
You have a bunch of different characters with strong objectives thrown into a very serious situation. And people aren't being polite. They are trying to get their objective across and also try to survive. And so, it's very high stakes here on this island.
We're stuck here, ladies and gentlemen. We're stuck together thanks to you people.
And we came here to watch. You came to strip mine the place.
Back off.
At least we came prepared. When you put together, one group of harvesters called the hunters, and another group of dinosaur advocates. It's more than just running from dinosaurs. There's a lot of, pretty good emotional human drama in this one.
Rex just fed, so he won't stalk us for food.
Just fed. I assume you're talking about Eddie. You might show a little respect. The man saved our lives by giving his.
Then his troubles are over. My point is the predators don't hunt when they're not hungry.
Roman tempo, last of the philosopher hunters. By the time we meet him, I think in the film he's actually had enough of all that. He's done it all. He's tracked and shot everything that is possible to track, except for the major primates.
In the first movie, a lot of the, when people first went into the theater, what they were thinking was, can they do the dinosaurs? Well, now they've seen the first movie, they know we can do the dinosaurs, so the audiences are quick to get jaded. So now the question is, sure, you can do dinosaurs, but what can you do with them? So there is a little sense of, trying to make something more spectacular, more impressive, even than the first movie.
Where's the wreck? Is it still behind us?
We had a lot of wonderful stuff to mine from Michael's second book, but also we threw in a lot of stuff of our own, because you have to do that, making the story your own a little bit. And Steven's got such a wonderful, fertile mind, especially for these sorts of action sequences. He would dream up just some fantastic sequences and say, how on earth are you going to get this into the story?
T-Rex.
To prepare a production of this size, you just can't throw this together in a 4-month normal prep. For a normal drama or comedy, you really need months and months, and perhaps even years. So I began prepping the movie, I'd say officially 12 months ago, and began sketching and designing some of the sequences about 2 years ago.
Right, bye everyone. Love yous all. Mwah. I hope you enjoy this video of the one, the only Jurassic Park, the Ultimate Collection. Right, bye.